Hello there everyone, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. So, last session we left off with a whole bunch of science. And I've been thinking about it. A great deal. And I really want to play with these solar panels. I really want to see what they're all about, how useful they are, how effective they are, how much they weigh, you know, all those things. So, without any further ado, solar panels. It's done. I'm sure there are other things I could have bought with this technology, but honestly, I'm really curious. I've heard good things and bad things about this particular set of solar panels. So, we're going to test them. I got some designs here that aren't technically legal at the moment. We'll just, what we're going to do is we're going to take Kerbal 5. We're going to turn the booster stage into a subassembly. I think we'll do this portion as a subassembly. This will be called Booster Group Mark II, and then we'll create a new rocket based off of an unmanned probe core. Let's see. Right mouse button for more. 2.5 per minute, 5 per minute. So we're going to use this guy, which is apparently a cheaper probe core. We're going to slap it on top of a orbital maneuvering rig and some batteries. We'll make it a small one. We're not going to make this a big, bulky monster here. We'll smack it on top of one of these with, actually no, shorter ones. We'll use the short stubby rockets for the win. With some batteries. There we are, utility. There we are, these batteries. Now the thing I want to find out is how big are these solar panels? Here's one. Oh, not bad. That's not bad. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 fits around here quite nicely. But 4 might be more reasonable. Let's try 6 and let's see how this goes. So 6 goes, snap to angle so that it looks nice. There we go. And if we do this right, we should have enough room for right. Yes, there is a problem with this particular setup, because it doesn't leave me any room to attach anything of any use to this, which is a bit of a problem. Interesting. I could do that, but I don't think that'll work so well. So if I only do 4, that'll leave me room to put RCS in between them, like so. And like so. Although it won't leave me enough room to actually, those are going to go on secondary tanks. Nope, those are not secondary tanks. Those go like that. Actually, let's try something different. Alright, put those on there. This is learning. This is part of the learning stage. We're going to need the RCS thrusters on the side of this. We'll put them all on the same orientation. We're going to need some RCS fuel. Not the little guy. The medium-sized tank. Like so. There we go. Now then. These solar panels. They are big indeed. So it says here in fine print that might be okay. It might be a little flimsy like that though. Let's try this. We'll put those there. We'll put the solar panels on the outside of the ship like that. The only downside is I think only one of them will be able to face the sun at any given time. But let's try it. This is the learning stage. This episode is going to be called Solar Experiments or something like that, where I test and learn about solar panels. Now we're not worried about having engines with not the poodle, alternators on this particular rig. This is just designed to be sort of the final orbital boost, and this thing's just going to sit in orbit and do some scientific testing for us. Sort of get a feel for how well the inline stabilizer. I actually do have a fair amount of space on here, so maybe there might actually be room for them on the central. There is room. Look at that. Just like that. That's actually might be perfect. And then I can put these on the outside like this, the way I really wanted them. Cool. Now we grab the stack decoupler. And now we grab our subassembly. And we snap that onto the bottom of that, like so. A few struts. Oh, should not have saved these particular struts, but those can go to there. No, right, there's our problem. Let's see, how can we do this? Because it's a 6 symmetry instead of 4, which is always a little annoying to link to. I guess we'll just hope for the best here. This might be a little floppy. Okay. This is not intended for return. This is not intended to make it back to the ground. This is just a experimental solar experiments Mark 1 with one additional change so that we can actually do one additional type of experiment if things go well. And that one additional object is that right there. Yep, we're just going to snap this right on top of the probe core because I'm sure it'll be fine. Hope for the best. And yeah, so if things go really well, we'll launch a second one of these and we will make a docking attempt. Or possibly a slightly modified one, depending on how my RCS supply is doing. So the other thing is we're going to attempt to get a reasonably circular orbit here. So, with that being said, we're going to put this beastie up into orbit, and we'll do some sampling on how the ship behaves. So, launching in 3, 2, 1, liftoff. So I have been told that if I hit the atmosphere too hard, these solar panels will rip off. So we shall find out and see how well they work. So, the structural changes they made in the recent update is pretty insane. This exact same design with a few changes was flopping around like a dead fish in the previous episode. Alright, let's do a little... There we go. I think the speeds I've been traveling in orbit have been appropriate. So, all right. Well, right now the alternators on those rockets are balancing out my electrical consumption. I won't really have a reasonable test until I fire these engines up. We're going up. Stop accelerating so much. I want to go up, but not too fast. This is going well, though. So far, so good. At least the fool thing isn't toppling over on me. I actually wonder now with the changes they've made if my ship will be stable without these directicles on the bottom or not. Okay. A little less fuel as we continue over to 45 as we come through the upper atmosphere here. There we go. So far so good. These things are not ripping apart or anything, which is good news. And I think we're past the point of concern with those particular devices, these solar panels, which is exceptionally good news as far as I'm concerned. Alright, so we're gonna... Whoa, 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 whoa. That was interesting. What was that? Oh, RCS on. Stabilize the thing. Stabilize it. What was that weird noise when I started accelerating? Alright. That must have been a risk of... Alright. We need to stop for a second. SAS off. RCS, do your thing. Tilt us to horizontal. And then we'll start our orbital burn at T-minus 1 minute. I hope. Whoa. Come on. RCS, stop doing that to me. Lock it on, and here we go. All right. Looking good. We are going to go for a nice round orbit, which also means getting our rising apoapsis under control here. We don't want it to go up too much here. Well, we need to bring our periapsis up, circularize the orbit a little. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, periapsis. Here it comes out of the atmosphere. Alright, we want this booster rig to get back in the atmosphere, so let's get those up to full throttle. Whoa, 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 okay. Let's see, so we need to do a apoapsis. Wow, we really botched that a little, didn't we? We need to round out that orbit a little. But this is our chance. It looks like this is producing a stable quantity of electricity while we're in the sunny side of the planet. In fact, it's producing a slight... So the solar panels that are not currently really oriented towards the sun. So if we rotate this to vertical, so that one of these panels is in the sun properly. Okay, no, it's not. Okay, so it's not produce those, so that many panels does not produce a net gain on this ship. At least not as far as I can tell so far. We'll have to play around with what it takes to orient ourselves towards the sun a bit better, but... So this is not an adequate number of solar panels to power a ship, but it's very close. So they're direct sunlight, direct sunlight, direct sunlight. Interesting, those count as being direct sunlight. No. Okay, there we are, sun exposure. 0.6 and 0.8. Energy flow 0.1, energy flow 0.1. So they're not producing a great deal. But a larger number of these might produce enough to do something interesting. Okay, so we need to go for when we're at our apoapsis, we need to round this thing out. So periapsis. Actually, ideally what we want to do is drop our apoapsis. Let's see if we retrograde. 162. Nope, that is definitely not what we want to do. Let's just get it up to the height we need it at. 143. Let's see, 176. Current to apoapsis is 176, so that should do. RCS on, SAS off. Give it a little twist. So, what this will do is buy an immense amount of time for future missions to places like Minmus and beyond. Could also buy a lunar mission quite a bit of time for its mission to progress, which is good news. So, interesting. Why did the energy consumption go up? Is that just a reflection of the speed that I'm traveling right now? Or I went into the shade, so now we're at full energy consumption right now. So the shadow of Kerbin is going to be a significant issue for me as we do these maneuvers, but that's not surprising to me at all. All right, here goes our boost. A 5-minute rounding effort. 5 second. What was that little note about? 8, 7, 6, 5. Bringing up that periapsis. 40, 50, 60, 70. A little more. Oh, beautiful. That's just about as round as it can get. All right, RCS off, SAS off. SAS on, SAS off. All right, now if we rotate it so the ship is facing north or south. No, not that way. We want it along that axis. There we go. So relative to our orbit, if this thing sits at the north-south marker, that means if we're on the sunny side of the planet, there'll always be at least one solar panel facing the sun, if my understanding of the physics of the situation is accurate. RCS off, SAS off. So let's bring her around. Yeah, okay, that's just a reflection of the time warping. So let's bring her around. There we go. And now that we're in the sun, these solar panels should be producing at least a little. Okay. So they don't produce a lot, but they do produce something. And I guess that's all we can ask of the little things. So, here's the plan, because we actually have a fair amount of fuel left on this thing and a lot of battery time. We're going to go back to the Space Center. And we're going to make some modifications for the Mark II. We're going to test it with 4 more solar panels. And we're going to try to dock with the Mark I. This is going to be a learning experience and a half. So the only place we really have to put one is right there. So let's try, actually we could put on, what do you think, guys? Shall we try that design? And this will become the Mark II. We're also going to slap an extra couple of batteries on here. Just for 1, 2, just to keep them different. The 2 probe cores will be quite different. It's a little heavier, but we had fuel to spare on this thing. Okay, So let's put the Mark II into orbit, and let's see what it takes to see if this has any different behavior, and we'll see what it takes to dock with a ship. 'Cause never done this before. So launching in 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. Looking good. Okay, yeah, no, looking good. I thought we were in trouble there for a second, but nope, still not a problem. See, the other option would be just to have a solid ring of solar panels all the way around this thing. I think that's going to be, or around a wider ship, put a full 8 panels on one of the Poodle, the bigger engine cores. I mean, if I put one of these things in the orbit completely covered with solar panels, I'll bet you it would be a really powerful electrical... You could almost have an orbital battery pack or something if you put an empty fuel tank, one of these empty, into orbit. Just a thought. I'm just hypothesizing at the moment. I highly doubt I'll do that. That sounds awfully silly. Really what I need to do is just see what it takes to make good use of these solar panels. And depending on what I discover here, maybe make a probe that will take me to Duna, or whatever those other neighboring... Eve? Eve, it must... I think it's Eve. Duna... You know, actually... The entire time I've been playing this game, I have not looked beyond the Kerbal system. This is... You're learning with me. I'm learning this as we go, because I've never, not even in stock Kerbal Space Program, I've never left the Kerbal system. Heck, the Lunar missions I've done, those are firsts for me too. So I will make mistakes. There will be hilarity, but hey, at least I'm not trying to do a docking maneuver blind. I imagine that would just be horrifying. Hence, well, I'm doing a docking maneuver blind, but I'm doing it with a worthless experimental craft here. One whose fate I do not care about. If I screw this up royally, it's just, the only real big issue will be shattered parts sitting in a prime orbit. But that's just part of the cost of doing business, I think. I hope I haven't gravity turned too much. It doesn't look like it. So far, so good. Resist the urge to actually turn up the gas, because that was making things sound awfully scary earlier. And things are going just fine here. This stage can do most of the orbital boosting. Here we go. Alright, and... Alright. There's absolutely no reason not to have this thing at full throttle right now. So, there are various techniques I've read about for matching orbits. I know of, there's one called wash and... I don't know, there's various techniques, but the techniques I've read about mostly involve burning towards the target, and then burn towards the target, then burn retrograde to match speed. Burn towards the target, then burn retrograde to match speed. I don't know if it's the most efficient technique, but it's one of the few techniques I'm actually familiar with. I watched a YouTube video back when I was trying to do some of my... I have docked a ship in Kerbal Space Program, but it's been quite a long time. And I gather the game's changed quite a bit since then, so I'd rather... How shall we say? I'd rather not go in completely blind right now, so... Alright, we're out of the atmosphere. So I just, you know, it's a test. It's a double test. Solar panels and other such things. Alright. Let's give it some gas. We don't want to push that apoapsis up too much if we don't have to. Although, I mean, we're going to 177 kilometers. But first we need to get ourselves into orbit. So far, so good. Gotta watch that apoapsis there. Actually, I wonder if we burn closer to here. No, that's raising it way faster. 30, 40, 50, 60, kill it. Get rid of that. Alright, whoa, we went way too far. Okay, so we have overshot. But that's okay. We're going to set this as our target. Let's see. We'll get rid of that. What's this? Oh, that's the point where our orbits match, isn't it? Wish I could... Oh, that's a maneuver on the other one, isn't it? Oh, that's the leftover maneuver from earlier. So, we have target position at intersect 2, target position at intersect 1. So right now these things are silly far away from each other. So if I set a maneuver here, I might be able to... No, I don't want to raise that apoapsis at all. So maybe if we pull the periapsis up a bit more, and then we do a sort of a skewing. Periapsis 159. I'd say we want to be at a slightly lower orbit. Oops, that just screwed everything up. Adding a maneuver. First we get the periapsis up. And then we'll skew our orbit. No, wrong skew. That's the skew we want. This is 175, 149, 180, 147. Let's see if we make the pull my apoapsis to here. 158. And then we want to raise that a little more. That should do pretty good. So that maneuver will do for the purpose I wish to accomplish here. We'll just drift our way over there, and then we'll start figuring out how to match orbits with this target after we get ourselves into orbit. And it's going to be 8 minutes until our burn. Okay, bring her around. 8 minutes till that burn. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Here we are. Good enough. Okay, periapsis is coming up, 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 up. And we have a circular orbit. Okay. So, let's see. So now then, let's see. Let's. Ooh, whoa, whoa, whoa. That was almost a total screw up. All right, let's get rid of that. Good stuff. Oh, okay, okay, okay. So we're gonna. No, wait, we're on completely opposite sides of the planet. Okay, so one of my problems here is going to be launch windows. I launched at the wrong time because I have to go all the way around the planet to catch up to this guy. And right now that is burning towards him like that is not the way to do this. What we need to do is, I think we have absolutely no motion towards that target right now. All right, SAS off. Well, that's okay. So we may have screwed up a little. So we need to catch up to him. Which means pushing our apoapsis up a bit. Let's accelerate a little. And see if we start getting closer. Alright, well, fortunately for us, we've still got quite a bit of gas left, and we are getting closer now. Oh, hey, there goes Kerbal 3. Poor bugger. That has got a lot of orbits left before it... We're not getting closer as fast as I would like. So let's try burning prograde to target and see what happens. So what we're going to try and do is get closer to the target. I don't know if this is the right maneuver. Let's see. What's happening to these numbers here? It's not doing what I wanted to do. So these values are not improving. So we need to burn prograde some more and make the thing go even crazier. I'm just kind of derping right now. I really should have departed at a different time. I think I'm going to have to read up on orbital departure windows. There we go. All right, are these getting better or worse? Worse. Wait, hold on. Intersect. Separation. Way more than... Okay, this is working. So this is working. This is actually dropping our separation. A whole bunch. But what it's also doing is increasing our orbit a whole bunch. But what we need is a time when we are going to be close enough together to call it a reasonable encounter. Like 5 kilometers. There we are. That's going to do. Okay. So now what we need to do is we need to start matching speeds with our target at the time of the intersect. So our target will be the, not that, that's the retrograde to target. We need a prograde to target because we need to match speeds with the target, I think, when we come around. So where are we right now? We're right here. And we need to bring it all the way around the planet at full throttle and see what happens. And we'll see if... So here we come. Now we've got something that remotely resembles a meeting of the minds, shall we say. Okay, so at the descending node, do we burn retrograde to match orbits? Because that'll slow us. Yeah, we need to burn retrograde so we match up the orbit. Because we need to slow ourselves down so we don't go spinning out again. Target, 188 meters per second. So this should... Yeah, because right now we're coming in really fast. Let's see, there's our target. Okay, so if I start this, yeah, that is doing it. So burn retrograde because now we're matching orbits so that we're close Yes, yes, yes. This is it, because we're only 12 kilometers away now. Come on, retrograde. Don't fail me now. Come on. Come on. Apoapsis, a little more. Down a little more. Don't fail me now. Okay. All right, now we need to burn towards our target because we're going to attempt to match the orbit a bit closer. So we have to match orbits. So we have to burn towards that ship. Because we should start we want to decrease that distance between us. Let's see how we're doing here. Actually, we need to do it when our separation is closer because, right, we need to do it at the most optimal time. And I need to burn, probably need to burn retrograde again at that time, when we are only half a kilometer apart, to further match our orbits, because we're getting close. SAS off. So the party, I'm not sure on, is exactly where the retrograde marker is going to be at that time. But it's not going to be here. It's going to be going over here somewhere. So it's half a kilometer is as close as we're going to get. 500 meters. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. We need to slow her down and match that orbit. Match that orbit. Ooh, ooh, that's useful. So when that marker... There we are. Okay, okay, I think I understand now. So right now we are attempting to slow ourselves down relative to the target. We missed our window a little. Now we burn towards our target. Let's see when our next encounter is going to be. Next encounter is going to be a hole. We're not getting any closer to each other. Alright, so where are we? We're right there. 1.4 kilometers. 1.2, 1, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay. All right. Now, in a few moments, we're going to be within. Now we need to... Let's see, where are we? We are at there. Right now, our orbits do not match at all. So we are going to need to burn prograde. More or less going to need to burn towards the thing. No, we're dropping our periapsis a whole bunch here. So something's not right. Probably because we need to target this thing. No, we're doing this wrong. What are we missing? We need to probably get that periapsis up somehow. Not entirely sure how, because I'm not even entirely sure why it just dropped as much as it did. But there goes our ship, there goes our target. And something has been missed. But that's okay. That's okay. This is the learning process. Because I'm doing this somewhat blind. So is my periapsis coming up? Yes, it is. So my speed relative to the target is dropping, which is good. We're attempting to match that orbit. Okay. We are 900 meters apart. Orbits are nearly matched. How close are we getting here? .1 kilometer separation there. Well, I guess we just keep on. Okay, so we burn towards our target again to try and reduce that separation. I think we burn it until prograde is centered on this thing. And then we burn retrograde to slow down our relative speed when the distances between us are at a minimum. I think I'm beginning to understand what it takes, or at least what this technique takes. Whoa, 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 stop, stop, stop. The only catch is this is using a lot of RCS fuel. Okay. 500 meters. 400 meters. No, it's coming down to 500. We're coming almost into visual range, aren't we? Now I'm gonna definitely review some techniques and tricks for doing this. We're only 300 meters away. This is cool. This is very cool, guys. Alright. We definitely need to slow down our speed relative to this thing, because I think we're coming up on that closest approach point here. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Almost there. That suddenly became prograde. So I'm definitely, there's got to be an easier way to do this than flipping out all over the place. Okay, so a little bit more work on matching speeds here. So now we burn towards our target very slowly. So it's just drifting away right now, so we need to push ourselves towards it very slowly. Okay. 200. Our relative speed is only 3.8 meters per second, so, and that distance between us is dropping. This is cool. All right. Less than 100 meters to go. All right, we need to slow down to... All right, we're in visual... Take her down, take her down, take her down. There we are. We are within 50 meters of our target now. I think I'm going to save it there. And in the next episode, I'm going to do the fiddly job of attempting to actually put these two guys into alignment with each other. So, see you in the next episode.